Merab Dvalishvili to Tbilisi, Georgia, January 10, 1991 is a Georgian mixed martial artist who competes in the bantamweight division of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Since September 14, 2024, he has been the UFC bantamweight champion. He grew up in Tbilisi, Georgia. He began training in Kartli traditional wrestling and Krytli transitional wrestling, sambo and judo when he was young to defend himself, and moved to the United States when he was 21 to become a professional MMA fighter. He trains with Ray Longo and Matt Serra. In 2019 he finished second at the World Sambo Championships in Korea. He competed in combat sambo at 68 kilograms and lost in the final against the Russian Stepan Kurbana. He began his MMA career in 2014 and fought under various promotions, namely Ring of Combat. He amassed a 7-2 record before competing in the UFC. He debuted against Frankie Sanz on December 9, 2017 at UFC Fight Night. Swanson vs. Ortega lost the fight by split decision. He faced Ricky Simon on April 21, 2018 at UFC Fight Night. Barbosa vs. Reed. He lost the fight by technical submission. He faced Terrion Ware on September 15, 2018 at UFC Fight Night. Hunt vs. Olianet won the fight by unanimous decision. He faced Brad Colonna on May 4, 2019 at UFC Fight Night. IA Quinta vs. Cowboy won the fight by unanimous decision. He faced Casey Kenny on February 15, 2020 at UFC Fight Night. Anderson vs. Blachowicz won the fight by unanimous decision. He was expected to face Ray Borg on June 13, 2020 at UFC on ESPN. I vs. Calvillo. However, on June 11, 2020, it was reported that Borg withdrew from the bout and was replaced by Gustavo Lopez in a 140-pound catch bout. He won the bout by unanimous decision. He faced John Dodson on August 15, 2020 at UFC 252. He won the fight by unanimous decision. He was expected to face Cody Stamann on December 5, 2020 at UFC on ESPN. Hermanson vs. Vettori. However, on October 22, it was announced that Stamann withdrew due to undisclosed reasons and was replaced by Rani Barcelos. However, Barcelos was removed from the fight due to a medical suspension related to his last fight on November 7 at UFC on ESPN. Santos vs. Teixeira. The fight between Dvalishvili and Stamann was rescheduled for February 6, 2021 at UFC Fight Night. Overeem vs. Volkov. In turn, in mid-January, Dvalishvili was forced to withdraw from the fight due to fighting the aftermath of a COVID-19 complication, and was replaced by Andriy Ewell. After testing positive for COVID-19, Ewell was withdrawn of the event and replaced by Askar Askar, and the fight was expected to take place at featherweight. On the day of the event, Askar was not medically cleared and the fight was cancelled. The fight between Dvalishvili and Stamann was rescheduled again for May 1, 2021 at UFC on ESPN. Reyes vs. Prochaska won the fight by unanimous decision. He faced Marlon Moraes on September 25, 2021 at UFC 266. He won the fight by TKO in the second round. This victory earned him the Performance of the Night award. He faced Jose Aldo on August 28, 2022 at UFC 278. He won the fight by unanimous decision. He faced Terrion on March 11, 2023 at UFC Fight Night. Yang vs. Dvalishvili won the fight by unanimous decision. Dvalishvili broke the UFC record for most takedowns attempted in a fight in UFC history with 49 attempts. Faced Henry Cejudo on February 17, 2024 at UFC 298. Won the bout via unanimous decision. Faced Sean O'Malley for the UFC Bantamweight Championship on September 14, 2024 at UFC 306. He won the fight and the championship by unanimous decision. Championships and Achievements. Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC Bantamweight Championship once. Current Performance of the Night once vs. Marlon Moraes. Fight of the Night once vs. Ricky Simon. Most wins by unanimous decision in the history of the UFC Bantamweight division. Ring of Combat Rock Bantamweight Championship. One time a successful title defense.